Grand Rising, beloveds. And I would like to welcome you to the meditation portion of our services today. My name is Melissa Tuff, and I am one of the practitioners here at the Center for Spiritual Living Cape Coral. And it is my great pleasure and honor to facilitate this guided meditation for imagining peace. During this practice, we will journey inward to connect with a sense of peace, allowing moments for silence, for you to reflect and experience calm. So let's begin. I invite you to get comfortable in your position, whether you're seated or if you're at home lying down. Close your eyes gently and allow your body to relax. Notice any tension, and with each exhale, simply allow it to soften. Breathe in deeply through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Take a few moments to focus on your breath, letting it be your anchor. Just notice the rise and fall of your chest as you breathe. Now bring your awareness fully into the present moment. Notice the sensations of your body resting on the surface beneath you. Feel the weight of your body and how it is fully supported. Focus on the sounds around you, the temperature of the air, the feeling of your breath. There's no need to change anything. Just notice what you're noticing. Now take a deep breath in and slowly exhale, allowing your awareness to settle even more deeply. In your mind's eye, imagine a place where you feel completely at peace. It could be a place you've been before, somewhere in your imagination, or maybe a blend of both. This place is serene, calm, and filled with a deep sense of tranquility. Picture yourself here. Notice the colors around you. What does the sky look like? What do you see in the distance? Perhaps there are trees, water, or mountains. Allow the details to come naturally. Now focus on the sounds in this peaceful place. Maybe there's a soft breeze rustling the leaves, the gentle lapping of the water along the shoreline, or perhaps You are in a field filled with birds. Let these sounds fill your mind with calm. Notice how your body feels in this peaceful environment. Are you sitting, standing, or lying down? Whatever position you feel you are in, just notice the ground beneath you. Feel the sense of ease and relaxation that fills your whole being. In this place of peace, know and feel that you are safe. Know that you are at ease, free from worries. Allow this peace to wash over you with every breath. For the next few moments, simply be. Allow yourself to sink in to this peaceful place that you have brought to mind. Let go of any thoughts or concerns. Just focus on the peaceful feelings that you've cultivated. And if your mind wanders, gently bring it back to your breath and the feeling of calm within you. Notice how this peace feels in your body, in your heart, and in your mind. Allow yourself to bathe in it, knowing that this sense of peace is always accessible to you. Now, as you rest in this peaceful state, imagine this calm expanding. With every inhale, imagine peace filling every fiber of your body. With every exhale, imagine it radiating outward, pouring over your environment, the world as a whole. See this peace moving beyond you, touching the people around you, your loved ones, your community, and even people you've never met. Picture it spreading further and further, filling the world with light and calm. As you continue to breathe, imagine that this peace remains with you, a part of your being that you can always return to, no matter what is happening in the world around you. And now slowly bring your awareness back to the present moment. Feel your body where it is resting, the chair or bed beneath you, or perhaps you're lying on the floor. Just notice the support beneath you and acknowledge the peace that it brings. Begin to hear the sounds around you. And know that you can always return to this peaceful place that resides within you. Take a deep breath in and let it go. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes, bringing with you the peace that you've cultivated during this practice. Feel free to take a moment to stretch or move gently as you transition back into this space, carrying this sense of peace with you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for our meditation this morning. And our Sunday celebration service will begin promptly at 10:30. So feel free to step out into the lobby to conversate, or you can stay in the sanctuary and continue to cultivate this sense of peace.
Good morning, good morning. Aren't we all bright and cheery and lively today? Welcome to Centers for Spiritual Living Cape Coral, to our Sunday celebration. And we are here celebrating your spiritual magnificence. Ernest Holmes is the founder of our philosophy, and here we recognize the truths found in all spiritual teachings, both traditional and contemporary. So for more information about science of mind philosophy, you can visit our website at cslcapecoral.org, or you can visit the back table after service, and there will be someone there to answer any questions you might have. What do we got next, Cassie? And now we are going to get up on our feet and let the big love man get us shaking and moving.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, feel free to stand, and we'll get your blood flowing this morning. Go ahead, Sam. If it's to be, if it's to be, oh, if it's to be, it's up to me. If I seek the truth, let me speak the truth. If I'm lost in doubt, let me believe. I know I can be the change I want to see. If it's to be, if it's to be, whoa, if it's to be, it's up to me. If I'm tired and stressed, let me stop and rest. If I'm feeling hurt, let me forgive. I know I can be the change I want to see. If it's to be, if it's to be, whoa, if it's to be, it's up to me. If I dream of peace, let me be the peace. When I start from love, I am love. I know I can be the change I want to see. So if it's to be, if it's to be, whoa, if it's to be, it's up to me. Right? And if it's to be, if it's to be, whoa, if it's to be, it's up to me. You know it's up to me. If it's to be, it's up to me.
And you guys are so well trained, everybody stayed standing. So let's rub our hands together. We're going to do our blessing. So together we're going to repeat the words on the screen. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. We know who you truly are. You are the spiritual image and likeness of God. We appreciate you, we love you, and we are thankful you are here. Welcome to the center. And we are thankful you are there out in virtual land. So we'd like to take this moment to thank Melissa Tuff, who did our amazing meditation this morning. And now she is holding high watch for us. And that is basically, she's just holding that meditative state of perfection for the unfolding of this service, this day, and just eternity for the rest of our lives. Yep, Melissa's in dedicated to holding that space for us forever. What do we got next there, Cassie? So, in order to honor our sacred time and space in our Sunday meditation, as of Sunday, October 6th, there will be no admittance to the sanctuary after 9:55, which is 5 minutes before the meditation starts. So we need to get here a little bit early so everybody can really dive deep and not be disturbed. So we appreciate that so much. And today is Potluck Sunday. Woohoo! We have 10 tons of chicken today and coleslaw and pumpkin pies. That was the memo, I guess, that went out, because there's literally 6, 7, 8 chickens and 5 pies. So stick around for that, okay? Yep. Fall is here in the air, and I was even inspired to dress for it. So what else we got going on there, Cassie?
I'm taking video for testimonials for our minister welcome team during potluck, just an FYI, so I'll be asking some of you to step out into the lobby.
Okay, and for anybody online who's interested in hearing what just said, even though you're not here in the lobby to do that, unless you can beam yourself in, Melissa Tuff is going to be doing testimonials for our video for our new minister, so that's always fun. So she's going to be out in the lobby, so if you want to participate in that, see her after service. And now we have an amazing affirmation for our new minister. And so for us to attract our new minister, we must become that which we desire. So please join us in repeating our community affirmation with the words on the screen. We are a loving, heart-centered community. We are dynamic and charismatic, steeped in the science of mind. We are visionaries, inspired and motivated into action. Doing so with joy, laughter, fun, and humor. And so it is. That's who we are. And our vision statement for our new minister is, let's repeat that together. Our new minister is loving and heart-centered. They are a dynamic and charismatic speaker who is steeped in the science of mind. As a visionary, they inspire the community, motivating us into action, doing so with joy, laughter, fun, and humor. And so it is. Yay. So what? Are we on to the next song? Yes. Please give some love. Do you have anything to say about this one, Kathy?
You better know it already.
We're going to do it one more week. That's it.
Join us and sing. Come on. The words are up there.
Make me an instrument of peace. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument of peace. Where there is hatred, I will love. Where there is sadness, I will bring joy. Where there is darkness, Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument.
Make me an instrument.
Oh yeah. Make me an instrument of peace. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument. Oh yeah. Make me an instrument of peace. Where there is hatred, I will love. Where there is sadness, I will bring joy. Where there is darkness, I will shine. I am an instrument of peace. Make me an instrument of peace. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument of peace. Everybody. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument of peace. Where there is hatred, I will love. Oh yeah. Where there is sadness, I will bring joy. Where there is darkness, I will shine. I am an instrument of peace. I am an instrument of peace. Make me an instrument of peace. I am an instrument of peace. Let's take it home now. Make me an instrument of
Yes. We all awake now? So come and join us Saturday, October 26th from 4 to 6 p.m. for our amazing trunk retreat. I don't know if any of you joined us last year, but it was really fun. We bring our cars and we park them out there on the side and we open the trunks and we decorate them really cool. Hands and skeletons popping out of trunks and bats and all kinds of creepy things, and you got to dress up too, so we can scare the kids. So please do join us for that, and we have a big box outside. If you can't come, or if you're just inspired to do so, to donate stuff for the trunk retreat, we would absolutely love it. So you can drop off your donations there. Yes, B. Yes, B says it doesn't have to be just candy. It can be little toys and treats or puzzles or whatever cool, fun things you want to throw in there. So, and you can do that anytime during the week when B is here, which is what days, B?
Mondays and Thursdays, I'm here from 12 to 4. Monday mornings, ACIM meets,
So Monday, Thursdays, 12 to 4, Monday, ACIM, Wednesday, Tuesday night, I'm here for meditation. So any of those times you can bring stuff here. And what do we got there, Jeremy? We trying to find something on there? So we are looking for something on. Oh, okay. Yes, we're going to do the face of God. Yay!
All right, so while the kids are coming up here,
Aw.
All right, every potluck Sunday we do this. For those of you that are new, we're going to review the hand motions. So, and the words. It's very easy. You, do the hand motions with me, are the face, circle your face, of God. We hold you in our hearts. You are a part of us. You are the face of God. Yeah? All right. Ladies, do you want to sing?
One more time. Pretty good for winging it.
Thank you.
Well, that was so much fun. And now, all the young peeps off to the classrooms. And so, as we're having the trunk or treat, of course, we're having something for the adults, and that would be our spooktacular soiree. And if you've never been to one of our spooktaculars, you are missing out, because we really know how to jazz up this place. We pull out all the stops. Jeremy does really cool stuff on the screen, and we have just a really good dancing time here. Lots of delicious food, and Mel wants to say something.
So much for High Watch, right? I'm pulling triple duty today, but I'm still in my meditative space. So what I wanted to say about the Spooktacular Soiree is, because I'm also, most of you know that I'm moving on the 28th, and I typically go and gather a lot of the donations for this. So I am asking pretty please if we could get some assistance with everyone going out into the community, and we can give you a little packet to just take to places. If you go somewhere to get your hair done, if you go out to a restaurant, if you go to a gym, all of these places are usually happy to give. It's just an ask. Don't take it personally if you're told no. Just move on to the next one, but just know that who's going to give will give, and we will prepare you to the best of our ability to go out and ask for these things, because we're going to need some items for our chance raffle. So if you guys would come see me after service, I can give you all the information on what you'll need to do, and B, I will ask you to please prepare some of those packets. And it's actually just a good way to go out and kind of meet some of the businesses in the area and stuff. And if you're going out anyways, just ask to speak to a manager and say, hey, I really enjoy your establishment, and I have an event coming up at my church. Would you guys be willing to donate something for our raffle? Most places are going to say yes, I promise you, because we've been able to do it in the past. So that was all I wanted to say, just asking for some support from our community on that.
Awesome. Yes. We are a supportive community, so I know that you guys have got this, right? Last year, we had some really cool things. I think we had some rounds of golf and all kinds of really cool stuff. So, and you can always donate gift cards, too. So if you got any old gift cards laying around that you haven't used yet, or if you just want to donate one for it, that's really cool, too. So I don't know if you've been to our past life regression workshops. I hear they are really cool. And we are having one, that would be this Friday, October. Friday, October 4th from 7 to 9 p.m. with Doreen. Is she here today? I don't see her here today. So sometimes she's here, you can ask her questions, but I'm sure someone at the back table could answer questions too if you had any. And so basically she guides you in a meditation and to really cool depths of your soul, so I hear. And we are happy to host a high vibrational book signing. Meet the authors, special offers, and giveaways on Saturday, October 5th, 11 to 1:30. It's a free event, and this is hosted by us. I don't know much about this. Does somebody know more than me that want? Holistic Chamber of Commerce. Yes, I do.
But it's the woman from there is putting it on.
Okay.
But you must RSVP. There'll be book signings, prizes, etc. But you have to RSVP to that info@ciftofficial.com.
Okay, so we have to RSVP for this one. We should for all events for the coordinators of them, but you especially have to for this one. So hope you can join us for that. And what else we got here, Cassie? We have a Courage to Create play shop. I love those things. Next Sunday at September 28th, noon to 1:30. And this was with Dr. April Lynn James, and it gives the courage to create through card crafting and collage. Collage is always so much fun, and it's fun just when we get together and ladies talking, but men, don't let that scare you off because we like your masculine energy in the mix. So everybody come and play. And we have a commemorative plaque, contributions, and we would like to purchase 2 12x12 aluminum plaques, like the bronze picture on the screen, for the exterior of the building that commemorates when our spiritual home was established and when we have been quoted $1,100 for both, and we would like contributions to this fund. So please place the gift in the blue CSLCC bucket next to the sign on the information table. And when we get that collection up, we will get these plaques. So, and now we have another amazing piece from our Big Love Band. Give them some love.
I think we know this one, right? Reverend Emil teased it a little bit, and then if you saw Reverend Chris's teaser, so feel free to sing along. It's a great one to meditate in as well.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try.
possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
So it is my honor and pleasure to welcome our amazing, wonderful, and oh so beautiful Valerie Data is going to be giving us this week's reading. So please welcome Valerie.
Thank you, Linda, and thank you all very much. So, today we're being called to imagine peace. And I want to let you know that there are many, many, many people who have been imagining peace all over the world. And that recently I read an article in a London publication that indicated there were 5 nonprofit groups in Israel combining Jewish or Israeli and Palestinians all working together to promote peace. So even we don't hear about it on the news, it is happening. And so now we're being called to imagine peace. So I have this little piece from research that was done by Charles Alexander. It's called Peaceful Body, Peaceful Mind, Peaceful World. And he quotes Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, "The world is as we are." From the perspective of Maharishi's Vedic science and technology, individual peace is the unit of world peace. A peaceful world is possible only if it consists of individuals with peaceful minds and peaceful physiologies. Extensive scientific research provides strong evidence that Maharishi's transcendental meditation and TM Siddhi program is effective in eliminating stress, anxiety, and frustration, and in promoting growth toward a state of total peace and fulfillment in higher states of consciousness. Moreover, group practice of the Transcendental Meditation and TM Siddhi program has been shown to increase coherence in collective consciousness, thereby reducing tension and conflict nationally and internationally. The mechanics of this effect are explained in terms of individuals and groups of individuals identifying their awareness with the cosmic psyche, the unified field of natural law underlying individual and collective life, thereby enlivening the values of both unity and diversity in the collective consciousness of each nation. As a result, each nation's cultural integrity is enhanced along with cooperation and peace among nations. In conclusion, with the use of large, permanent, coherence-creating groups in each country, it therefore becomes possible for the first time in history to create not only a peaceful mind and body, but a truly peaceful world. And science and research has proven this. So taking this into prayer, this is a time for standing in the light, for holding someone or a situation in the light. So let's take a moment in the silence to do just that. And so I recognize right here and now that life is everywhere present, that the one power and the one presence, as it indwells me, it indwells everyone. And everyone that we hold in the light has that same creative, divine essence and power within them. So we know that life is moving through each person for the highest and best good, for their highest and best good, which is ultimately the highest and best good for everyone. So as peace is a divine pattern implanted within us, I know that we see peace. And as we choose peace, as we choose to embody it, we see it manifest everywhere. I'm grateful to know the truth, to declare it and release it into the law of mind where it is done. Joyfully and gratefully anchor this in prayer with me as we say, and so it is. Thank you. And now it's my great pleasure and your great pleasure, please, to give Reverend Chris a rousing applause and welcome him to the stage.
Thank you, Valerie. Well, Grand Rising, everybody. I think. Is this on? Yeah. Okay, good. Wow. It's really wonderful to be back. I have been missing you. It's great to see some faces. And I love this talk. Now, contrary to what Reverend Emil said last week, I did not give him a gentle scolding. He said that. Yeah, I love Reverend Emil. He's a funny guy. Okay, so yes, Imagine. What a wonderful song. I love it. Thank you for playing it. But I want to draw your attention not away from it, but to another John Lennon song of Give Peace a Chance. Where he says, never mind the isms, just give peace a chance. We got to give it a chance. Because here's what I would want to say is, I think the greatest hindrance to us experiencing peace on a global scale, the obvious answer would be like the warmongers, those that profit from this, those that want it. But we're placing that outside of ourselves. So yes, there are those people that war is their thing. That's what they're here to do. And so it's not our business to say we can't have peace because of them. It's our business to say, who says we can't have peace? I can create peace now. So I think what I'm going to, I'm losing words. What I'm going to say for the premise of this talk is that the reason why we don't have peace on a global scale yet is because not enough people believe that it's possible. So it's, I want you to envision like this world as a projection of yourself. You, just by definition of infinity, of an infinite universe, by that definition, each one of us is the exact, perfect center of the universe. Does that make sense? If it's infinite, the center is everywhere and nowhere. And so each of us are creating our own worlds. And that's where peace begins. We can't look out there for it and say, I can't be peaceful because of all that's going on out there. That's the reverse of how we actually create life. So we need more people that just want to give peace a chance. Now, John Lennon was absolutely a visionary, spent time with the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi as well. I think that's the one, the Maharishi. There's a couple. Anyway, very tuned in, the Beatles, John Lennon. And so when he says, imagine, he's not like giving us like a fun Sunday afternoon activity. Like he's giving us a spiritual tool. Imagine that. Imagine a world with no countries, nothing to kill or die for. So that's our first step, is just to imagine. If more people can take time and imagine what peace would look like, because it starts in our minds. That's Science of Mind 101. Our thoughts create our reality. And so it's as spiritual seekers, it's our job to think about what we're creating in our minds first. So what I want to do is take just a second, and however you like to get comfortable, however you like to go within. You might remember in week 1 of this, we were just looking at, creating that inner sanctuary where we go within. I told you what mine looks like. It's that dark cavern with a still lake. But whatever your peaceful place is, imagine that and allow yourself to go into there for just a second in your mind and drop your awareness from your thinking mind down into the center of your chest, into your heart, into that place where as you make that shift, you can open up a little bit to feelings of affection for those that you love, appreciation and gratitude for those who have done things that have helped you. Just creating that feeling in the center of your heart, and now open up to that deeper part of yourself and imagine, what does a world of peace look like to you? Allow that imagination to bubble up. I've shared images before of what it looks like to me. I want you to determine and imagine, a world that works for everyone. What does that look like to you? What do people look like? What are they doing? What do schools look like? How about food? How about cityscapes, naturescapes? Just allow those images to arise and conjure and evoke a feeling of really imagining this peace taking hold. And I don't want to taint your image, so I'm keeping my ideas within right now. But as you get an idea of what a world that works for everyone looks like to you, go ahead and come back into this space, and I invite you to turn to somebody maybe that you didn't come with, or if that's who's closest to you and that's all you can do, go ahead. But just share, like, one of the images that you had. And if you're online and watching, I really want you to type it into the chat, if you're watching on YouTube, and just share. What's an image of peace that came up for you? And share it with one another and let them share back. Mm-hmm.
Instead of, the mug shots on the scene and they talk about the person like playing. I imagine that the news also just say, this guy is in prison right now because he did this and this and this, but now let's just send light to him. Like every time in the news there's something about the war, for example, they ask the audience just to send light to that place or to that person.
I like it. So for those of you at home or that maybe weren't able to hear here in the room, Alessandra shared with us one of the images that she has, and it was when somebody, makes poor choices or, doing what they have to do to try to, what they think they have to do, and say that they like burglarize something, and then they get arrested, and we see their mugshot on TV. As opposed to like, judging them, we say, send them light. Like, these people were hurting, let's send them light. So I can see that as a new way of peace, like, having compassion. Because if we met everybody's needs, I don't think we would have the people out there doing the things that desperate people do. And the way that we think about people. When people commit crimes and then we say things like, that person's an animal, that person's a monster. That person's a person. Did a monstrous thing, but they're a person. And everybody's always watching, and these thoughts that we hold. So if we have these judgmental thoughts or condemning thoughts for others, we feel it. But when we can open up to the idea that everybody is worthy of compassion and forgiveness, then we start to create that peace flowing out. So did everybody have images? Did ideas come up? And then, did you hear something new from somebody that shared one of their images with you? So it's literally like a creative technique to be able to go within and just imagine it. Because, like we talked about in that very first week, in your personal universe, you will never have world peace if you don't feel it yourself within. You can't experience that which you're not. But the good news is, I'm guessing at least once in everybody's life, at least once, you've had a moment where you felt peace. That means it's within you. So you're good. You can draw on that and build on that. And that's what Spirit wants us to do. Really wonderful quote by Ernest Holmes that I think can be our guide this week. He said, for anybody that's not able to see it, it says, world peace is a thing that the average person believes is someone else's responsibility, when actually there is something very practical they can do about it. It's easy to look out there on the world and say our leaders need to get their stuff together and figure this out and create peace. Those people need to stop doing that thing, and then we can have peace. All of that is outside of our physical control, but what we hold within is where we have our power. So the science of mind teaches, we have a collective consciousness, and what we know and hold in one space is known in all space. So when we constantly take the time to give peace a chance, to sit down and imagine it, every time you do that, we're planting seeds in our collective consciousness. I feel like a broken record because I say this a lot. But as you do it, the magic and the beauty of it is that you slowly become more peaceful yourself just by imagining what peace is, imagining what peace can look like in your life. And it's all tied together. The pragmatic pieces of when we are holding that peace within ourselves, when you go out in the world, you act in ways that are different than what you did before you had that thought. If you wake up in the morning and you're late and you just bust out that door and you're rushing, you're honking the horn because that guy needs to get out of your way so you can make it to your job on time or whatever it is, as opposed to like, I'm rushing, okay, I woke up, I'm late, but that's the perfect time to find that peace within. Say, okay, I need to get to work immediately. However, I know my drive's going to go more smoothly if I just take a second to picture my path clearing, to picture peace, to picture my guidance, to picture and imagine the fluidity of time opening and expanding to get me where I'm going in the divine right time, in the perfect place. All these things, we show up differently in the world, and people around us feel it. People on the road may not know it, that they had two versions of you that they could have crossed paths with that day. The one that's honking and, like, get out of my way, jerky, or whatever. But, or the version that, that they had no idea the work that you did, but the world's a more peaceful place. And the more that you do that work, then the more you might notice when somebody else is doing that work too. When you're just out and about and you just recognize, like, that person gave an intentional smile to me. They said something nice to me. When we're in our place of peace, we notice those things. But when we are in our place of just constant running, going, I gotta take care of this, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, I gotta go, you don't tend to notice those things quite the same. And those gifts are all over the place. We are that peace, and the peacemakers are all over the place. And it doesn't matter what their isms are, what they believe, what religions they practice. They are placed into your individual universe with that metaphysical impress to remind you, to guide you, to demonstrate what you have within. What we see out here is a reflection of what we have within. So if you want to see more peace in the world, you be more peace within. And that slowly is how we contribute. I love what Valerie shared about the groups that are Israeli and Palestine working together to create peace. I remember this is back in around 2015 or so. I went and saw Greg Braden talk, and he shared a video, and it was, I believe it was Palestinian, and I can't find this video for the life of me, and it was big back in 2015. But it was one person, and it's like holding a sign, and it says, "I don't hate you." And then it was a short video, like about a minute and a half, and he said, "How can I hate you? I don't know you. But, my country, my leaders say I have to hate you because of who you are. But I don't feel that," is what this guy is saying. "I don't feel that. So I want you to know I don't hate you. I would like to get to know you." And then after that video went viral. And now, forgive me, and I really apologize that I don't remember if he was out Israeli or Palestinian. It doesn't really matter, because after he did, people on the other side said, "Yes, that." And they held up their signs and said, "I don't hate you either. I don't hate you either." The core of what we are inside, we don't hate each other. We're here to love each other, but we live the way that we've been living for so long. The reason why I believe so few people believe that peace is possible in our lifetime is because what people will say, "Well, look around. There's war. There's always been war. It's our nature." Well, our nature is change. And the way things have served us. They've gotten us right to where we are. And we've survived as a species. So our experience has done its purpose so that we are here and we are promulgating and we're continuing on. But at some point in our evolution, in our spiritual evolution and our mental evolution, as we learn like life is more harmonious when we use our words to get our ideas expressed, when we open up in cooperation and cross political aisles and cross international borders to say, let's work together on this. It's hard to believe sometimes, but there is less war and conflict on the planet right now than any other time in human history. It's really hard to believe that because we see it all. But as technology has advanced and gotten us to where we can see it all, it means we can also monitor it and watch as we progress and transform. We've got a ways to go, but it begins with all of us within our imaginations, within our creative capabilities, using the one mind of spirit. All consciousness comes from that. And so we create peace within ourselves. Now this is the same quote that Valerie shared during the reading. I'm going to read it for anybody that doesn't see it. It says, "Individual peace is the unit of world peace. A peaceful world is possible only if it consists of individuals with peaceful minds and peaceful physiologies. So to see peace in the world, we be peace. When we get to enough people, Jimi Hendrix said, when the power of love becomes greater than the love of power, then we will know peace. And what I want to say is that's the only true power that there is. Because the idea of might makes right, who's the most powerful, and I'm going to, force this way of being, that's temporary. You can never hold on to it. But when you agree, when people come together from a place of love and peace and intention, and all sides agree and you create a win-win solution, that's the only way that peace will ever prevail. And I know we're ready for that as a human race, but it takes us from the ground up. We can't wait for them at the top to make this for us. We make it for all of us. So up to this point in time, we've done most of our growth when the challenges come up. It's the chaos, it's the challenge, the war, famine, suffering that gets to a point where it's bad enough that we have to change something, or even if you just have to survive, is that something that you have to do? That's where we've come from massive growth. But as we evolve as human beings, we're at a place now where we can consciously choose. I want to continue to grow. I want to create more peace, but I don't want to have to do it through all those ways that are so hard and so challenging, so painful, where somebody's going to suffer. We can choose to do that, and that's where, Centers for Spiritual Living comes in when we say we're creating a world that works for everyone. It's our choice. And so we can let go of the need for chaos and choose to come together. Takes time, takes commitment, but it takes people like you who are tapping into the idea that there's something bigger than ourselves, who have known it for a long time. But the thoughts that we hold absolutely control what we experience and what we say to ourselves about the world. So, our spiritual principle for the week, this comes from the document of We Believe, that was written by Ernest Holmes, and he said, this is one part of it, we believe that the universal spirit, which is God, operates through a universal mind, which is the law of God, and that we are surrounded by this creative mind, which receives the direct impress of our thoughts and acts upon it. So this is what Ernest Holmes was saying, many years ago. This is what we're saying now. So there's the one universal mind. All thought, all consciousness comes from that one place. And you can call it whatever you want. Ernest Holmes calls it God. But we are surrounded by it. We are projections of it, and we are part of it. So what you hold, all thought knows, and that's creating the world that we live in. So our spiritual, there we go. Our spiritual practice for the week is intentionally taking time to be quiet, like we did at the beginning. And one of the things that I always want to impart, there's times when I can do it, when I can sit down and imagine it, and it feels great. Very, all the time. But there's also times when things are just not going the way that I wish they were. Maybe I'm feeling exhausted, too many things on my plate, and I'm like, I know I would like to sit and imagine and go into my meditation, but some days you just don't have it. And that's okay too. So I want to remind people, my mantra is PWC, pray without ceasing. And that's reminding me to keep myself into that thought and into that space. But at the same time, I also want to remind us all that we're human beings, and sometimes sitting back and doing nothing is creating peace. And then when you have that energy again later, then we go in as frequently as you can, and just imagine, what does that peace look like? What does that peace look like within me, and what does my world look like when I am in a more peaceful place? And the more times you ask that, the more times the ideas come to you, and they ripple out. So our affirmation, this is shared by Reverend Kathy Mastroianni, who says, and I'll read it once, and then we'll all read it together. I imagine the world peacefully living as one. Thank you, John Lennon. So let's all say that together, if you would. I imagine the world peacefully living as one. One more time with some feeling. I imagine the world peacefully living as one. So as master teacher Jesus said, that a grain of faith the size of the seed of a mustard seed can move mountains. Can you really believe that it's possible to see peace in your lifetime? I share the story of before the pandemic happened, when I had that realization that there was a part of me, and that I had picked up on from lots of other people in the Science of Mind, Centers for Spiritual Living movement, that we say we're creating a world that works for everyone, but there's that hesitancy, yeah, but it's not going to happen in our lifetime, but it's going to happen. We're going to do it. And when I had that realization, wait a minute. There is part of me that thinks it's outside of my lifetime. If that's the case, if everybody's feeling like that, it's always going to be just outside of our lifetimes. And once I had that realization, I'm like, why can't it be? We are creating this. It is absolutely possible in my lifetime to see a world that works for everyone. I want to know that when I leave this planet and leave my children behind, that they don't have to go through whatever kind of destruction it might take to create that world. I want to know that we are creating it together, and we don't need that chaos to do it. We can intentionally choose to create peace. We can intentionally choose to see the humanity in every single person. The people that are here that I talked about at the beginning, the warmongers or whatever, they're a character in your individual universe, and they're here to remind you that it's your choice. Shifting the world into it's a projection of you as an individual, so it's all up to you. So those people, bless them and send them on their way. They're here as gifts to remind us of what we no longer choose, to then help us imagine what we want to create instead. Does that make sense to everybody? A little bit? Okay. All right, let's take that within. And just know that there is one infinite mind. And it's within each and every one of us. It is the part that breathes our bodies. It is the part that pumps the blood through our bodies. It is life itself, and it is always expanding. It is always rippling out. It wants to create harmony. It wants to create peace, because it is pure love with a capital L. That's all it is. And it wants to know itself, and in order for it to do that, it acts through each and every one of us. So I affirm and avow that mind, that one impulse, that desire for peace is speaking more and more loudly to more and more individuals, and that more and more people are waking up and leaning into an actual faith and a belief that peace is at hand. That right now in this world, there is more than enough people who feel love in their heart, and they want to extend that out across the world. That they want to see people fed. They want to see people with shelter. They want to see people helping one another, creating new art, new science, new technology, people coming together to create more harmony and peace, to where everyone's needs are met, so that everyone can thrive. And each individual brings their own unique gifts to the world, creating a beautiful, colorful tapestry, harmony, picture of love and peace from every corner of the globe. That love is all that matters. So that as new generations are born into a world that never knew war, that never knew destruction, that only knew creativity, expansion, exploration, and loving consciousness. So in gratitude for that law, for that creative part of the universe that takes our words and our thoughts and manifests it in our physical world, I say thank you. For that part of the spirit that inspires us to desire greater and greater things for one another, I say thank you. For each and every individual that's hearing these words, I say thank you for listening, for caring, for looking within yourself and discovering that one presence within, and that it is yours to nurture, expand, grow, and express in the world. May it bring comfort, peace, and joy, and greater expansion in this world as we share it together. And I release these words affirming Spirit's got us, and we got it. And so it is. Thank you. In my lifetime. So this is our time where we just express our gratitude to you for being here, for supporting us, for continuing our work together, and where we also ask and invite you to celebrate us in the center, just knowing that what we give returns, and it continues to expand in this world in greater and greater ways. So there's several ways to give. I like the text to support. So you just text to 239-320-3820, a dollar amount. The first time it'll set you up, and then after that, you just send a number, and it'll take care of it for you. It always tells you when it goes through, so you don't have to worry if you did something incorrectly. You can always fix it if you do. You can also contribute through PayPal at cslcapecoral.org, the donate button on our website. You can mail us a check to 406 Southeast 24th Avenue, Cape Coral, Florida, 3390. And my other favorite way, are our wonderful hostesses in person. Our ushers will be sending around baskets. You can also place your prayer requests in there. And we have an affirmation that we like to say. So if just taking your time, treasure talent in your mind and in your hand and in your heart, and just saying this together, we say, today, I know the activity of divine abundance is at work in my life and the life of this center. I give and receive generously as I live in the flow of bountiful good. So it is.
Standing as one in the presence of the power, standing where others have stood. Gladly we offer the gifts of our abundance, knowing the source of our good. Standing as one in the presence of the power, standing where others have stood. Gladly we offer the gifts of our abundance, knowing the source of our good.
So in divine gratitude, I say thank you for all that's offered, all that is shared and circulated, knowing that it is always multiplying and blessing and continuing through and around all of us at all times, and also for a wonderful artistic donation in there. That's fantastic. So Spirit is alive, creative, diverse, and wonderful, and for that I say thank you for it all, living in abundance, and so it is. So it is. All right. Giftification Day coming up next Saturday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. So before it gets too hot, I'm going to focus on Minister's Garden to welcome in my replacement, who I know is going to be fabulous, and we're looking forward to that. So if you can come join us for that. I want to take that second too, just to really plug the idea, like especially like if you're new here, you get your hands, when you jump in and you volunteer, you make this yours. This becomes your place. And I just want to highly encourage everybody to do that, because your spiritual journey, it just enriches once you start to expand out and share it with more people. You know, volunteering sounds like work. It's a gift to you, I promise. If you give it a shot, you'll appreciate it. And then also don't forget, up front, we'll have our certified spiritual practitioners to do 1-minute miracle prayers with you. And questions at the back table at the end. If you have any questions about any of the announcements or any announcements that maybe you didn't hear, we can't do them all every week. And I think that's it. So everybody have a wonderful day. Give a round of applause to Big Love Band and our expansion. Thank you. And thank you for being here.
Awesome.
Is it up to you or up to me? Go ahead, sing.
It's up to me. If it's to be, it's up to me.
Have a wonderful week.
I also want to remind you, we're doing our community meeting today too. So while we're setting up for Potluck Sunday, if you're on the setup crew, if you can do it as quietly as possible in the back, and then up front, for anybody that wants to participate in the community meeting, just try to come as close up front as you can. That way we don't have to yell too much. We will use a microphone for those at home. And hopefully, if that all goes smoothly, we'll be eating in no time. So thank you, everybody.